All right, so here's the question. The question is, should I be showcasing my knowledge everywhere? And do I do a workshop? Do I do a webinar? Because there is a fear that if I teach everyone my process and my strategy, that I'm gonna be broke. No one's gonna buy my stuff because they don't need it. They're just gonna take all the notes down. They're gonna go home and do all the work. That is not the truth. I have a really firm belief. Let me just kind of give you this. I'm gonna put it on this baseline. If you're willing to give people your very best out of the gate, then you'll build the trust faster, and then they will come and spend the time with you to solve their problem. There is an idea out there. I remember when I walked into this industry, and I remember someone, a guru, telling me, well, give them just enough to be interested. And I'm like, yeah, but if I give them just enough to be interested, then I'm not giving them anything they can use. Then I didn't really serve anybody. The goal should never be to buy people. The goal should always be to serve people. The goal is not to sell to people, it's to serve people. That's the goal. That's your responsibility. It's my responsibility as a leader and a teacher, is all of your responsibility. To take the knowledge you have and serve as hard as you can. Now, what happens in sales, true sales, and this comes from me knocking on 45 doors. I've literally myself spent over 10,000 hours knocking on doors. Sales is something no one can teach me about because I have the experience. And all my experience dictates that if you give people your very best out of the gate, then they're gonna come back for more. Let me give you a really tangible example of that. You ever walk through the mall and you're like, it's 12:08, you're dead hungry, and you've been thinking it while you were in Macy's, in Foot Locker, in Nordstrom, and then somehow you managed to find yourself mistakenly within 200 feet of that damn food court, okay? And you just walk mildly through this thing. That guy is not handing out a tiny little bowl of that delicious rice. They're not giving out vegetable on a stick. No, they're giving out the teriyaki chicken. That's the most expensive thing that they have there. But they know for a fact that if they give it to you and you're dead hungry and you try the very best of what they have, there is a greater chance, right, that you're gonna come back, buy the whole meal, and get the rice and the vegetables to go with it. That is exactly how you should be running your workshops, your webinars, everything else. Give people the best of what you have to offer. You wouldn't be here today if I didn't provide my best, because you wouldn't have been able to say, this is different, this is new, and this has the highest potential of what I've seen to solve my problem. You would not have. I would have looked like everyone else in the market. So I have a really firm belief that not only do you give your best, but you give your best out of the gate. Now, when it comes to building a workshop out of your knowledge, I'm gonna give you an idea for how you can build a simple workshop or a webinar, and then how you can use that to promote. One of the biggest mistakes is that we make a workshop and then the workshop is like a big topic, okay? First step is have a narrow topic. So if you have a narrow topic, okay? If we have a narrow topic, so mine might be, the power of story. The power of story. Okay, this is a training that I do in a workshop I've actually done. I've also done, and you can do this in 10 minutes, 20 minutes, or 3 hours. I'm gonna show you what it should look like. So if I were gonna build a workshop and I needed to make money, right? You do need to generate a lead, and you wanna make sure that the lead is solid and good and vetted because it's gone through your process. The first part is you have your welcome. So I'm gonna base this off of a 3-hour workshop, okay? So your welcome and your intro, which should have your story. And this is where you set the tone for the day. Set the tone. Okay, so you set the tone for the day, and in setting the tone for the day, what you do is you break it up and you teach concept 1, but about story. Concept 2, and then here is your break, but here goes your offer. Your offer goes after concept 2. Now, depending on what kind of offer you have, you don't have to say, and here's my product for $19.95. Your offer might just be, listen, I have 3 spaces. I'm going to teach 3 people this. I'm going to give away my time. Your time is valuable. Nothing makes me more mad than to hear someone say that they're giving away a free strategy call. Like hell, my time is free. My time has value. It is complimentary because I'm not charging you. Never use the word free because your time is valuable. What you know is valuable. Don't you dare use that word free. Absolutely flipping not. So if we don't use the word free and we just use the word complimentary, right? What we do is we say, okay, great. I'm giving you a complimentary call, but let's say you wanted to offer something. You absolutely can offer something. You can make an offer for $. Yes, this would be the time that you'd pass out forms. And here, this break is where people can register, do what they need to do, or go to the bathroom. And then, hey, Ann, and then you have concept number 3. And this is how you close out your day after this period of time. Now, in the next training, I'm going to give you a simple framework for the amount of time that you can use and what type of an offer you should do it for. Now, this is an easy rule of thumb, and this is based on the amount of time that you need for the type of conversion that you need. So this is based on a 3-hour workshop. In a 3-hour workshop, I would not recommend making an offer for your $24,000 gift. You will scare people away. That is not enough time for them to feel indoctrinated, for them to feel connected. No matter who you are, even me, you cannot do it. Now, actually, you should not do it. You can do it, but I don't feel like you'll be as successful as if you take them to an easier, more step that they can just bite and be confident. Because if you knocked it out of the park and you just did the damn thing and you cleaned it up here, and they're like, man, this is the help I've been looking for, this is what I need, then absolutely, man, they will totally come. They'll stay for the 3rd concept until when you make the offer, they'll be like, oh, I can see doing that. And it might be a training, the templates, whatever it might be to take the next step. Does that make sense? So this is the way that you frame a 3-hour workshop. And yes, your very best, I would put, so let's say it was the power story. And so number 1, it was distinguish yourself from the market. Number 2, it was how to tell the story in 60 seconds. And number 3, or in 3 sentences. And then number 3 was how to put that into a sales conversation. The 5 steps to mastering the sales conversation. That's just slam dunk training. It's a slam dunk training. I know it, so I'm going to put it last. Because there are people here still going, I don't know if I should really follow her. I don't know if I should buy this thing. Let me think about it. By not putting it after concept number 3, you give them time to dive deeper into what you know and your knowledge for them to really feel like you know what you're talking about and that they can trust you. I recommend not to create scarcity here and to say there's only 8 of these. Don't put people through that. I do not believe in it because and not that I don't believe in it, but you really shouldn't be creating fear for people to make an offer. Now, if you want to say, I have a bonus for the first person who does it, you want to reward someone and give them a book or an extra thing, do that. But don't penalize people for taking the time to evaluate who you are. Now, we are very strict. It is only valid today in this room. We are very strict. We do not go back on that. And we can't because I have to honor the people who have given me this additional time by traveling here or being here. And I want to honor them in us being true to our business. But the key here is that you put the offer here, and when you put the offer here, this gives them an additional period of time to just breathe this thing in and out and decide, you know what, I don't know, I want to see if this is a good fit for me and if I should be doing it. Teach the best of what you know, the absolute best of what you know. And yes, I would teach the best of what I know for free. Hands down, absolutely. Inside of what you're teaching, let me also say this though. You can teach the concept, but how to do it is a totally different animal. The how to apply it requires deeper training, and that could be what you're selling. So from this, I could sell how to develop your story. How to use your story in a sales conversation. Absolutely.